Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Thomas Potter from the Swiss company Compris. My topic is Metaverses as an opportunity to test ideas to improve socio-economic models and solve our societal problems. So we as Compris have proposed a new model, an upgraded form of capitalism that probably for the first time can finance the many levels of crisis that we have. So we have the Corona crisis, the economic crisis, the war between Russia and Ukraine and the consequences, then the resource crisis, climate crisis, biodiversity crisis, and possibly human extinction crisis at the end. And we are not able to finance the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So we need to upgrade our system. So we are supposed to improve by roughly 6.2% a year regarding global warming, but we are only improving by 0.9%. So there also we need better financing and better capitalism. The number of days between billion-dollar disasters is continuously decreasing. It was at around 100 days between $2 billion disasters, and now in the 2020s will come down to around 1 day just, or 2 days between them. So, and this causes gigantic financial problems, and we lose many human lives also. So we really must fix this. We also have a dramatic loss of biodiversity. You see the red curves here. So I'm just giving a very quick overview. For nearly every slide, we have more information. Especially, we have more information about our proposal, which is called Potentialism, or more specifically, PerCon Flow for perseverance, consistency, and flow state, the top 3 properties with which, as a normal citizen, you have the highest probability of becoming successful in life. And the idea is that everybody should exhibit such strength and properties, or at least try to. So we have identified top 16 problems that most countries have, and that basically most of the world has. So these are problems like civil war, unrest, the problems around Earth, nature, and their limits, including global warming, international and national inequalities, automation job loss problems, economic sectors with price or corruption explosion, societal sclerosis, the need to minimize crime and corruption rates, and so on. We have a concept to avoid recessions and instead have economic stability. So these are the other problems. I won't go through all of them. Some countries have an overaging problem, and some countries don't have that. So this is the last one that not everybody has, but the first 15 problems, they are more or less present in each country of the world, I think. So our solutions, I'm just again quickly going through them. So we have more than 300 pages of documentation on how this is done. So this is just a very shallow overview. You can download the slides from my ResearchGate page. Just look for my name under researchgate.com. And it's basically the key elements of the solution, but the total solution is more than 300 pages long in total. So we need a new monetary system, for example. We need a shifted societal focus to eliminate misdirected incentives. Clear laws for media and communication. So no propaganda, but science-based information. That's correct. We put a big focus on governance in our PerCon Flow, PCF, or Potentialism. We would no longer have politicians, but rotating councils of decision makers consisting of real experts chosen based on objective decisions and not on personal contacts or bribery, who decide and who create strategies and amalgamize these strategies. And everything would be based on objective, structurally weighted criteria. And everything must be verifiable by third people, that it's really correct and not corrupt. The other core ideas is to eliminate misdirected incentives in favor of efficient collaboration to achieve the United Nations SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, adopting best practices in innovations in each industries, use AI to automate everything and to analyze and orchestrate everything. A big change, people would no longer get the classical wage, but instead would be paid based on net benefit value by their community or country. So basically what results they really achieve that help other people. And that would be the basis for a shift away from less beneficial work or professions like speculation, marketing, sales, and some legal work towards efficient practical science and innovation, medical, social, and care innovation, and improving our environment, especially nature. We would be having one cryptocurrency, the so-called CBDC, central bank digital currency, that's completely monitored to minimize corruption and crime. And everything would be maximally ethical towards a high-tech future. We would be avoiding recessions. That is actually possible. We have a detailed concept for this. And we would be exploiting our creativity instead of nature and optimizing the entire society, especially through optimized science in research and development. And each citizen would get a low UBI, universal basic income. Education would be free, just like healthcare. And everybody would be asked to improve their persistency, conscientiousness, and flow state. That's where the name PerCon Flow comes from. We are striving to be innovative in at least these 11 criteria that you see here. You can later download it. So a classical capitalist economy has these properties. In the upgraded PerCon Flow economy would be having these properties on the right side. Here's second page with that. This presents many big opportunities, for example, faster innovation, protecting the earth efficiently, and so on, faster automation. We would be having upgraded AI systems that take away most menial work, and we could focus on the creative work instead. A key AI system would be used to calculate the net benefit value. Its architecture is shown here. We've implemented, as company Compris, several systems similar to this. A modified architecture is our architecture for SOC, a Security Operations Center, to detect and neutralize security attacks in real time. So this is the first combination with the metaverse, because that can be used to make the metaverse secure. We would also be having a political system that's upgraded based on these expert teams, and this practical R&D that we would be looking for long-term, mid-term and short-term trends, opportunities, and risks, and with an eye on commercial applicability as soon as possible, and really create strategies and combine them based on these opportunities that are given. An interesting combination is with distributed or non-autonomous organizations, DAOs, for example, HIFA. They also talk of DHOs, distributed human organizations, because it's also about cooperating efficiently. There we also have developed several concepts. And our idea is to use metaverses as test beds and intermediate solutions to test these ideas, how to improve our societies. So we can integrate DAOs and DHOs, make knowledge and process documentation open. Companies and organizations would be doing online and virtual research and development and testing this, and everybody of you could be helping and earn money that way. We would be asking people like you their opinion and collect ideas and feedback to continuously improve, and also apply virtual learning and mental training. And other things would be to test the model online, be physically distanced in times of COVID or other viruses, but socially close. We could have virtual reality flow rooms to practice flow state. That means to be more creative and more productive at work within flow state, and to also be able to learn more efficiently. We could be globally one in the metaverse and cooperate more efficiently and be more creative, and also have XR for telemedicine and mental health. So we have a concept for gradually introducing this, also using the metaverses, like basically developing at the beginning digital goods like software, possibly NFTs, and standards processes around this, also with cryptocurrencies, DAOs, online, and make this open and find the best way how to cooperate. We could try even taxes, tariffs, duties for imports, wage bonuses calculated on the net benefit value, things like this. We are offering $1,000 for finding and reporting flaws in PerCon Flow that show that a point can't work. And if it might not work and you can explain it, you get a little less, from $100 to simple things, $5, if you find typos or simple problems. So these are best practice architectures that we use as a basis to plug in our solutions into the metaverse. So these are the best practices we found, like plugging into these virtual models, having online decisions to reach them with people all over the world, categorized data, immersive experience, and so on. This is a layered model. This is how different industries can cooperate in the metaverse. This is another way to have bots, gaming, for example, but also law enforcement, government services online. And we're starting with a strategy and vision. Also, this political model focuses on strategy and vision. Possibly, we could also test this in a SimCity-like game or a metaverse game. But actually, most games are already very similar to our concept, because a game wouldn't be fun if one of the players would start with half of the resources, like the son of a billionaire does nowadays in the real world. So it could be demonstrated and tested also in a game. For example, in the metaverse, we would put a big focus on empowered individuals and teams to test out different ways to work together online, have new adjusted types of leadership based on employee empowerment. And we found an interesting article in the Nature magazine, which found 6 modes of co-production and their unique potential. And they found 9 dimensions that are significantly linked to higher attainment that you find here. For example, highly collaboratively designed and practiced processes, for example, in the metaverse. So we can introduce this bottom up and test this, and reach more equality for our societies in the metaverse. So instead of having capitalism with one billionaire here, we would strive for more equality, and by taxing the rich people a bit more, reach all these qualities like inclusion, liberation, justice, and so on. This could be financed by eliminating inefficiencies, crimes, and warmongering, shifting up to 50% of the GDP from low net benefit value and zero-sum professions to really what is useful for society. And the possible future directions are shown here. We could assess this model in the metaverse for unintended consequences, possible gaps, problems, inequalities, unbalanced results, and so on. Introduce it bottom up, focus on methods and R&D, online, virtually together. Even though we are a small company, we've had a big impact so far, and we have nearly 100 blue chip customers. So if you have questions, you can find more details on potentialism.net or on our website, compre.com. Thanks for listening and have a great day. Yeah, goodbye.